Hey everybody, welcome to Keto Mom. My name is Stephanie and we are going to talk about intermittent fasting. So as you're tuning in, I would love to know where you're tuning in from. We are tuning in from the Bahamas. And so we have been in Florida the last week. We are in the Bahamas currently. You'll have to let me know how my internet is. So let me know if you can hear me. Can you go shut that door just for a second while I do the live? So as you're tuning in, I'm going to talk about intermittent fasting, why to intermittent fast. I want to cover a couple basic things about the page. If you're brand new, I would love for you to post new below. And at any point in time, whatever you're looking for, there are recipes on this page, and there have been recipes shared on this page for almost 8 years. So you can always go to ketomomsecrets.com and you can click on recipes, or we have a whole blog of things to help you on your journey. So ketomomsecrets.com, you can always go there, click on recipes. You can always send me a message. This page is about mindset. It's about recipes because that's what most people want. And I also love to give people what I feel like they need. So more than just recipes, understanding awareness of when you're eating, habits and disciplines and systems and mindset. We also talk about ketones because I drink ketones. That's how my journey started years ago. We're going to talk about fasting because really this year we're going to dive into the concept, because it's not a concept, but intermittent fasting and why it will help you with your fat loss journey. So tell me where you're tuning in from. How many of you have been to the Bahamas? Anybody? Our girls, we just got in today. Did you know they closed the pool at 5 o'clock? And so we got here right as the pool was closing, but we've walked around, saw the ocean. The girls are going to dive in and tube with the sharks tomorrow morning. It's going to be a blast. They're super excited. All right. I have a question for you. And the question is, how many of you intermittent fast? Tell me below. Say me, I intermittent fast. Let me know if you do it. Here is why intermittent fasting can be so helpful. Intermittent fasting helps with your brain function. Intermittent fasting helps with fat loss. It helps you understand, honestly, that you don't have to be controlled by food. And so overall, it's just really good for your body. I'm not a doctor, but I've learned from other doctors and experts in the ketone space on the power of intermittent fasting. And here's what I'm going to tell you. And here's what I honestly, if there's one thing that you hear me say on this live, I want you to hear me say this. Most people are overeating, and they're overeating even good food. I said this to a lady, one of my customers, and she's now a promoter. And so I will tell you, she said this the other day. She said, Stephanie, I will tell you, one of the biggest aha moments that I had is when you were doing a live, and she goes, you said that most people are just overeating, and you can overeat good food. Because in general, if we see healthy food, keto food, low carb food, how often would you grab something if you were at a party or you're at your office or you're out and about, and because it's bacon or cheese or meat, because it falls within the low carb options, you might think to yourself, well, it's keto, I can eat it, even if you're not hungry. And so I love intermittent fasting for a couple reasons. First of all, I love it because I really truly feel like the cereal company created breakfast. I also think it's really, really, really great because it really helps. I had this explanation given to us the other day, and I was interviewing Dr. Jacob Wilson, who is one of the formulators of our product, KetoNat. He also wrote the book, The Ketogenic Bible, and he talks a lot about intermittent fasting. He said this. He goes, hey, Steve, do you remember the exact way he explained the analogy of the car? Like, or was it, remember how your body's resting? Oh, sleeping. It was sleeping, right? Yeah. Do you remember how it goes?
Yeah.
Can you tell me?
How would you actually operate if you only slept 3 hours?
Yes. So he goes, when people get up in the morning and they eat right away, and then they eat all the way until they go to bed. So they're eating from the time they get up until the time they go to bed. And some people don't go to bed, you night owls, till late. So if you are constantly snacking all day long, your body is processing food all day long. Now he said, how would you feel? And after that happens, and after your body's done processing the food, and then you eat again, if somebody's not intermittent fasting and they're eating a good amount of the time they wake up from the time they go to bed, your body's only getting about 3 to maybe 4 hours of rest time before it has to do it all over again. It's the same. It's like you sleeping. it's like you only getting 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours of sleep a night. How would you function? That's like your body. So intermittent fasting allows your body to have this rest time where you've eaten, your body is fueled, you're not overly stuffed, you're not eating all day long, but intermittent fasting allows your body to rest, to reset. It helps with your metabolism. It helps, like honestly, if the only thing that you understand about intermittent fasting or fasting in general is I feel like it helps you understand that you are in control of food, you are in control of your body and actually having an awareness of your body and how your body responds to food than just eating all day long. That's it. So with that, intermittent fasting is super great. What is it? The best way to do it is 16-8. So you are going to stop eating dinner tonight. So whenever you're done with dinner, let's say you're done by 7 o'clock. You're not going to eat till the next day, 16 hours. So no breakfast, and you can go ahead and eat your lunch. It could be a protein. I would say carb conscious, low carb if your goal is, if you're on this page in fat loss. Here's what I want you to know. How can you do that without being hungry? I have people go, I'm going to be so hungry. It is a process, and maybe you won't make it the 16 hours. Maybe you'll start with like 12, right? So you don't have to go from not intermittent fasting at all to diving into it, but I would say work on creating that system because you give yourself an 8-hour window from lunch until dinner. That way you're going to eat in a time frame. You're going to eat your lunch, you're going to eat your dinner. I have an entire kit that helps you get through the day so that you don't have to feel like you're starving, and you're going to have the energy and the focus and the appetite control. So if you want help with intermittent fasting, you can just do it with black coffee. You can do it with water. You can do it with your electrolytes. You can do it that way. I prefer to drink it this way. So we have a kit. It's called our iFast kit. And so you drink ketones in the morning. You're going to drink your electrolytes. You're going to just throw this in some water. You're going to have a caffeine-free ketone later in the day, and we also have some keto protein. And so you're basically going to use this kit to help you go throughout your intermittent fasting for 5 days. It's going to help you just kind of get like a restart, let's figure out how I feel in the products. Let's test the products. There's lots of different flavors. And so I think this is helpful. I actually use it every single day. I feel incredible. And so at any point in time, we actually have a super fun little promo with our intermittent fasting kits. And so if you want to know more about the kit, I want you just to post fasting kit in the comments and we can chat. But I do want you to think about this as maybe you're just, oh, I love that. Danielle says she loves the kit. You guys, it's an incredible kit. And it really, you can either just do it for 5 days, really get I understand how intermittent fasting works. I drink ketones no matter what, every single day. So during intermittent fasting and then on the weekends, I'm not intermittent fasting, but I'm still drinking ketones. This product, this is how I got started. And so oftentimes people will say, I'm just getting started. I want fat loss. Can you please help me? I want to do the keto diet. And I go, okay, I think that's great. But if you're diving in head first and you haven't been doing keto and you've really been eating not the greatest, I would encourage you to do a little bit differently. So I started with drinking ketones. I started with drinking more water. I started with taking the buns off the burgers, moving my body, eating when I was hungry and not bored. I was just mindful of the choices I made every single day, but I drank ketones every single day. It's the only way that I got started, because if I would have started without this, which I had tried with my husband, it really ended in tears because I didn't understand keto and it kind of just stressed me out. Why don't I fast on the weekends? I'm not saying that I don't always. I'm just saying in general, when somebody starts a diet, I feel like, and it often, actually, I'm just going to say this. I have more messages that come to me on a daily basis that says, I've done keto, or I did it years ago. I had success. I lost the weight. I gained it back. Like it's this vicious cycle. And so if you can stick to, let's say a Monday through Friday, what if you could tell yourself, I'm going to stick to a Monday through Friday of intermittent fasting, a couple low carb meals a day. I'm going to drink my water and move my body. But then on the weekends, if I ended up at a birthday party or a family outing or maybe a church potluck, if I normally intermittent fast no matter what, even if it is on the weekends, but if we were going to go out and the girls were going to get some fancy pancakes and we were going to grab an omelet, I wouldn't be like, no, I'm intermittent fasting. I actually would like to go out and have fun with my family. That's why the biggest way that we're coaching people is Monday through Friday. Let's get focused throughout the week. And you really probably have more of a structure and a routine Monday through Friday, right? So if you said, all right, I'm going to get up in the morning and I'm going to work on my mindset because that plays a huge part in your fat loss. I'm going to drink my water. I'm going to move my body, get your 10,000 steps in or whatever movement looks like for you. And then I'm going to use my intermittent fasting kit or drink ketones because it's going to help me with my energy. For me, I don't need a nap. I haven't taken a nap in almost 8 years. I call it my mom fuel, right? I'm going to not eat all the cookies. Like I'm not going to be snacking all day long. And then I'm going to eat low carb, carb conscious lunch and dinner, right? That's the power of, first of all, the kit is super helpful. But in general, if your goal is fat loss and you really have a good amount of fat to lose, I would encourage you to work towards intermittent fasting because it's going to help you be mindful of when you're eating, what you're eating, the choices that you're making, and you're not snacking all day long. I promise you, promise, a majority of people are overeating and even overeating good food. So when somebody messages me and they're like, I'm not having success, I've been eating keto for the last month, I don't understand. I feel like it's not working. And I'm like, tell me what you're eating. And they'll lay out all of this food. And while it's good food, they're legitimately eating a large amount of food. So just be mindful. This is going to give you an awareness. I actually feel incredible. I really do. So intermittent fasting is super great for you. It helps you with your mindset. It helps you with brain. So Dr. Jacob Wilson, who I interviewed, talks about brain health, gut health, just overall helps with fat loss and so much more. So I would say this, go to Google and type in intermittent fasting benefits or the benefits of intermittent fasting. It's going to show you a plethora, big word. It's going to show you a plethora of benefits that you can go, oh yeah, I need help with that. Now, I will tell you, we have an incredible deal on our intermittent fasting kit, something super fun. And so just post fasting kit below and I'd love to chat with you more. Otherwise, continue to tune into the page. You can always go to ketomomsecrets.com, click on recipes. You can always send me a message. If you're like, hey, Stephanie, okay, fasting is great, but I legitimately just need to get started. I need a foods list. I need a basic overview. I have no idea what I'm doing. I want you to post food in the comments and I'll send you a little list. Nothing fancy. It's like a breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. And I'm telling you, I started with ketones. It legitimately gave me the energy, the focus, and the appetite control that I needed. And then I took it one day at a time, one meal at a time. I wasn't overwhelmed and I feel incredible. So if you need a foods list, post foods below. If you've been doing this for a while and you're ready to dive into intermittent fasting, I would love to help you with that. So post fasting kit below. I actually just want to show you what it is. Whether you use it or you don't use it, I think it's powerful, but we can chat. I can show you some of the science behind it. Otherwise, continue to tune into the page. Reach out with any questions that you have. There's a lot of fun stuff going on. Anything I forgot, Steve? Our kids are ready to go to bed so they can get up in the morning. They want to see the sunrise in the Bahamas and they're going to hit the pool by 9 a.m. So please reach out because I know people are like, listen, you're on vacation. I don't want to bother you. And I'm like, what's so great about our family is we homeschool, we work from home. We're actually here doing a fun family earned trip, but also business trip. And so I'm still going to be answering messages. The kids are going to be running around in the pool and I'm going to be running around in the pool and talking to you and sitting in the sun and helping coach people on their health journey, whatever that looks like for you. And so I want you to know that I'm not answering messages. So whatever questions you have, send the questions my way. We also still have the $1 Keto Club. So if you already are drinking ketones, if you've been my customer for a while, or if you're not, and if you'd like to be a part of an incredible community, if you need an opportunity, if you want to know more about what I do, if you would love to provide some income for your family, pay off some debt, like I would love to talk to you about our $1 Keto Club because it's really incredible. So post a $1 Keto Club below. And, or you can send me a message. Yes. So, all right. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you guys have an incredible night, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.